Hey everyone, welcome to this video. So today I wanted to go through, I've actually been doing a bit of reflecting and I thought this might be useful for entrepreneurs and a lot of people that grapple with routines and daily structures and to be honest with you, levels of guilt, whether you're working or not working, and how to actually deal with that. And I guess some lessons that I've learned and something that can be useful for you. So I'm sitting here, back in Melbourne. I'm originally from Melbourne, but I moved to northern New South Wales about 12 months ago with my little family. So we're back to seeing my parents, my mum and dad for Mother's Day on this occasion. And some people have been asking me, family and friends that we've been catching up with, are you working today? It's a weekday, it's a Monday, it's a Friday, whatever. Are you working? Like, shouldn't you be working? And having this, I guess, pressing of, don't you have to work? Or can you just work when you want? And this is something that I've really questioned and grappled with, certainly right in the beginning. Like I would say those first couple of years of being an entrepreneur and having your own business, it was this underlying, honestly, self-imposed guilt of you should be doing something. You should be showing up at a workplace. You should be always on the go, because we're conditioned through our entire lives to be showing up on time, whether it's preschool, school, university, a job, and then leaving at a certain time and being done with it, right? And so when we become an entrepreneur or just pave our own path, it plays on your mind. It can, and it did for me. I know it does for a lot of other people, but it doesn't happen for everybody. So I would say almost for like at least 2 years, I had this strange underlying level of guilt that I should be doing something. You can't go and grab lunch with your wife, or you can't go and pick your kids up, at 3 o'clock because you should be working. And so coming back to my situation right now, 13 years into our entrepreneurial journey, this is still sort of coming up for me, but it's more so comes up when people impose it upon me. So like I just referenced before, family, friends saying, are you working? Not necessarily saying, should you be working, but certainly reflecting on either their circumstance or people that they know who are, got 9 to 5s and working for other people. And so when I reflect upon this, you really just have to be self-assured, okay? Because if you do question yourself like, oh, jeepers, maybe I should be working. Oh, I should be doing this. And you just start to feel bad and guilty and like, okay, I can't hang out with any of the family. I have to go and work. I have to do this because society tells me so. That's probably how I would frame it. Society tells me so. But what I guess pulls me out of that little route is, if you're doing everything that the normal people are doing, everything regular people are doing, you're just going to get regular and ordinary results. That's how I sort of see it. But when you're an entrepreneur and you got your own business versus someone who's in a 9 to 5, you're poles apart from what you should be doing, okay? I would say that you need to get to the point, and this is how now I run my days, and this is through mentors and learning over time and over the journey, is that you need to get to understand your, let's call it schedule, as lever points. So you need to know where the leverage is when it comes to what you do, because it's not about how much you do. It's not about the volume of how much you do. It's actually about specifically what you do, right? And that is leverage. So this is how, and if you think about it, people who are making $100 a day, $100,000 a day, $1 million a day, $10 million a day, they have 24 hours in a day, but they have much better leverage with their time, right? So that's when it comes back to even us on smaller scales, smaller levels, right? But again, even if it's $1,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $100,000 a month, there's very little that separates those people in terms of who they are and their skill sets, let's call it, even their experience. It's all about how they spend their time, the leverage they have with their time, right? So in my current circumstance, being down here in Melbourne, I look at the lever points, okay? I then look at what is my proactivity and my reactivity, right? So every single day when I schedule or know what I'm actually going to be doing, and this is just again through time, routine, and understanding these things, is I spend my early time on the proactivity. So really simply, I spend that on marketing. I spend it on how am I going to get more impressions served? How am I going to get more people to my site or to know about me? And how am I going to then convert them into customers or clients, depending if it's the e-commerce or the consulting business, right? So all of my headspace is spent there in the early hours. Now that's not a full day, a full week. That's like 30 to 60 minutes. Okay. And so as that is really high leverage time spent versus, oh, the first thing I'm gonna do is check my emails, check my DMs, check this, check that, stuff that's low leverage. And you can spend hours just caught up in that spiral. Okay, so when people ask me, are you working today, are you doing this? Well, it's like, well, yeah, I might check in. I might make sure I schedule that one post. I might make that one YouTube video, for example, but that's all I need to do, and I can do that guilt-free. Because when it comes down to leverage, I know that that's the biggest, highest leverage thing I can do. And the rest is just making myself feel busy. And so, like I said before, there's periods of that where you kind of feel guilty. As I say, I felt it for so long. And sometimes when people ask me that question about, are you working today? Are you doing this? Shouldn't you be doing something? That's how they kind of say it, because it's their own underlying guilt or routine that triggers you. You can really confidently say, well, no, I've done my work for today or my week, right? So if I'm away for 5 working days, firstly, I was doing after hour stuff and before hour stuff anyway. But secondly, I was doing high leverage stuff, making sure it's all good to go for the times that I'm away. So I think that more the point of this conversation is certainly around leverage and how you're spending your time. Secondly, about how you should be thinking about yourself and your routine, really never listening or taking advice from people that aren't doing what you want to do, especially those in the normal world. Because if you want that, then you're going to have normal results. In fact, you're going to have worse results because you're all on your own, running your own show, and they've actually got security of an income, right? But that's where we just need to, as I say, be so confident in ourselves. The third part is knowing the difference between proactivity and reactivity, okay? And so there's no correlation between time and income or growth and success. And again, that was something I got from a great mentor of mine, was you don't have to actually be working more to make more. Huge light bulb moment, huge realization for me. And so now I'm in that really fortunate position, and have been for a little bit now, where I can work from anywhere or don't have to work right from anywhere. Like, you can have some days off, you can have some honestly weeks off, right? And that's what you've been able to create for yourself, or what I've been able to create for myself with what I do. But that early stage, certainly, you got to get the wheels turning, you got to get some automations happening, you got to build that team, you got to have systems, you have to know what's going on there. We may build it for that time, location, lifestyle freedom, but in the beginning we have to make it work, right? And for me, that was years. For some people it's less, but you just have to expect that the fruits at the end of that journey, or not even at the end, it's a fair bit of the way through, are worth it, right? I can up and leave at any time I want to, go on a holiday or visit family or whatever. We can go anywhere we want with my little family because we've allowed that for ourselves, and that's what we're working towards. So I want to kind of, highlight that, right? That the rewards are worth it, okay? But we need to create massive separation between the normal world, right? 9 to 5 world, I'll just call it, and what we do, okay? And that we're not normal. We don't have to lead normal lives. We don't have to be in normal routine, okay? And it can be massively advantageous being on that other side, right? But you have to earn it, really. You have to earn it, okay? Because just because you have that freedom, don't go the other way. Like, that's where guilt has been a little bit beneficial, I would say. Like, I should be working, I should be doing something. You should need to have that urgency, because you have to create for yourself, okay? If you had no guilt, you'd be laying on the couch and be like, yeah, it's all chilled and going away all the time, and not doing anything, not creating anything or making any money for yourself. So you need a little bit of both, but more so with the questioning and around, do you need to work or shouldn't you be working? It's like, well, no, I don't. Because what I'm doing or what I have done has such high leverage and such proactivity that I'll be fine, right? For the next few weeks, few months, whatever. Okay, I've got everything in place, and everything like right there at my fingertips. And if not, I can send a couple of messages here and there, right? But it wouldn't matter otherwise. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I just wanted to kind of discuss that, honestly. It was kind of on my mind about, well, shouldn't I be working? Shouldn't I be doing more? And aren't you going to lose out, right, on something that you're not doing? But it's just this mind game and society gain pressure, right? That builds up. And so the more that you can recognize it, I'm all about awareness first. With anything, with any skill, with any mental blockage, it's about awareness and how it's impacting on you, how you think, and then how you obviously act. Because that's the most important correlation we need to make, right? So for anyone in that boat, hopefully that was relevant for you, that we can get rid of the guilt as long as we know we're in our lane, we're doing the important things, building it up over time so that we can create freedoms for ourselves. Okay, and then when it's time to rest, it's time to rest and enjoy it, and enjoy the fruits that you've created for yourself. So that's what's waiting on the other side if you're not quite there, and that's what's, might be a little reminder for people that are there, right? That you can take a couple of days here and there, which is incredibly rewarding and incredibly incredibly fulfilling, right? Especially with friends and family, for me personally anyway. So look, I hope that little discussion was valuable for you. Just something, I guess, on the inside, a bit of context about something that's really topical for me right now. And I hope that was valuable for you. If it was, obviously give me a subscribe and like. I like to discuss these things and get inside my own head, and hopefully it resonates with you. So certainly feel free to follow along. I'm making these videos all the time. If you want to know about how we help e-commerce businesses, there's a link below. You can click on that, see how we might be able to help you. But other than that, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll catch you in the next video. All right, see ya.